Yeah, I think the Heidelberg project sucks. Bunch of junk spread all over. You know, they actually had Homeland Security protecting that for a while. I'm gonna go by this house where they tried to make the Detroit firefighters look bad. Bunch of bullshit. If you look, most of this block where I'm coming up here is vacant. And a lot of the homes in the whole neighborhoods are vacant. Abandoned. So here's the house right here. Oh, what do you mean what I really do? Watch the videos. Hang on one sec, I gotta check an email. Sorry about that. What do you mean asking me what I do? Watch the video. I mean, if I was writing you a letter and you only got to read half of it, I could understand that, but you can't ascertain by watching a video I'm doing? Hey, Giselle. See, in the rest of the block, most of them are abandoned as well. But they're trying to make the firefighters look like they're just out having fun burning down houses. Just bullshit. And the people that own that dump claim that they were on the verge of rehabbing it. Total lies. But I bet you money these guys are fighting for their jobs. And it's all because of a bunch of media bullshit. Hey, Haymaker, how you doing? I saw Ebony today, Jamie, Allie. Not a great day, okay day. See, the fire department's right around the corner here. I bet you they were, you know, they could have been practicing, or they let it burn more, because it's going to get demoed anyway. I mean, this whole area has been nailed by arsonists for 35 or 40 years, but they're making it look like the firefighters are just a bunch of jack-offs that are out there burning houses, taking pictures for their photo album, which is total bullshit. Hey Mark, how you doing? There's a lot of abandoned homes that people live in. Windows are all boarded up, but people live inside them. Yeah, man, it's just typical. You know, I'm going to start doing more of those. If you guys hear some bullshit, I should do them more often. Because a lot of times I'll read these articles and I'll think, what a crock of shit. Actually, that house, if you look back in the fall, I was in the house across the street and did a video. And I also did a video of that house that burned down and the one next door. It was quite a while ago, but you can see the place is a dump. I bet you they were behind on their taxes. The water was shut off, and now they've got an attorney and said they were going to rehab it. What a bunch of bullshit. So if you know of things like that that happen and I happen to miss them, let me know. Here's the hoarder. I mean, most of this place is vacant and abandoned. Plus, they're building the new Gordie Howe Bridge. Here's a nice house, brick house, it's vacant. I've been inside that one. I've been inside almost all of these. And this big area up here is where the new bridge is going in. So, I mean, this place is just, it looks like a war zone. There was an arsonist. I knew one of them, actually. He just died from an overdose a couple of years ago. And but by that time, he'd already burned down probably 100 houses in 30 years. I wanted to get over to this next block. See, I'm going by it again right here. If you look in the videos I did before, you remember that white fence next door. But they were launching an investigation, you know, all that bullshit that goes along with trying to wreck somebody's career. Yeah, I mean, this whole area's been like this for a long time. I mean, it's cool. It's got a rich history. This is the Delray section of Detroit. But, you know, it's not uncommon for every other house to be vacant. This is actually one of the nicer areas compared to where the home burned down. So don't believe that bullshit. I'm sure there's something in the code of conduct, posing for pictures. I mean, hopefully they don't lose their jobs. It's really kind of cool here how open it is. It's a nice day here today. Yeah, don't believe that article. It's a bunch of made up bullshit. Cold out, windy. Just got windy a little while ago. I'm telling you, it's even though it was a nice day. I mean, I'm not complaining for January, but if you're outside, you will freeze your ass off. Damn cold. See that cold front coming in? See how it's clear there? Well, the temperature just dropped. Now it's snowing. But we're not going to get much because the wind's coming out of the west, and that's that big clear area, see? Yeah, well, I mean, this is in fairness to the photos, you know, things look different than when you're in person and when you see them on like a YouTube video or something. And this area has been pretty much cleared out for the new bridge, so, you know, it's not a fair depiction that, oh, wow, look at Detroit fields. It is, but this is a huge project. Look it up on Google, Gordie Howe International Bridge, and that explains a lot of the vacancy. Hey Siri, how you doing? This is West Fort. Now this is where all my early videos were done of interviewing working women. But because of construction and, I mean, honestly, the girl can't slip behind any building anymore as used to be able to for a date because there's no place to hide. So between construction, no place to hide, and alternative routes because of the construction, this area is pretty much dead for working women. It's pretty much over. And the cops are really cracking down on Michigan Avenue and also where I'm at right now. And Trump is sending the feds in to enforce crime, whatever that means. So I think the Wild West is over in this area, in this neighborhood. I'm really surprised that the city didn't wipe out this Campbell building. They had an opportunity. That actually had more 911 calls than any place in the city a couple of years ago. And I don't know why they didn't level it when they could have. Hey Jim, you on there tonight? Oh, I did get that, Connell. Thank you. I get it. Thank you. Appreciate it. That gets buried in my emails, and like sometimes I think I go back far enough, and I don't. So I appreciate that. We're just cruising around here. I had a pretty good day today. I don't think I'm gonna stay out late. I mean, you need to be a damn Eskimo to survive out here. It is cold. I noticed the cops hanging around more in Delray today, which is kind of rare. They were parked and, you know, like kind of hidden in alleys. Maybe they're looking for somebody on a warrant or something, but I never see cops there very much. Here's the old Campbell building. So I'd say today was a pretty good day. I had a deal worked out with a guy on eBay on a camera, and he welched on the deal at the last second. There's some strange things. I've been on eBay since '98, I think. Now, it was great for the first 6 years. It was fantasy land, but over time, it's kind of morphed into not so great. You know, if you're looking for something, let's say expensive and not used much, like what I'm looking for, a Nikon D850, you know, either they're used or they're not used. But when you see a camera that costs that much, when it first came out, I think it was $3,500. Now you can get them for like $29, and if you shop, cheaper than that. But I can't figure out, I'm always suspicious of these ads where these people have had these cameras since they've come out, which was like 2 years ago. They've got the original price on the receipt they paid for them, like $3,300, and they've only taken like 10 shots. It's just suspicious to me. How could you sink that much money into a camera? I mean, I'll use mine a lot. I guarantee, I just can't believe people would be buying cameras. The lens are more than the cameras. I just can't believe there are so many cameras out there with like 10 shots, 50, and I'm always suspicious of them. You know, it's the difference between a used one. The difference between a used one and a new one's about $500, and I'm always right on the line about whether or not I should just take the plunge and get a new one, or get stupid and roll the dice on one $500 cheaper that doesn't look like it's been used much. I do this every night before I go to bed. And Amazon's just as crazy. I'll tell you, I don't know how many people are photo buffs out there, but man, has that industry really changed. Nikon shut down their camera building plant in China. Who'd ever thought Nikon would be shutting down anything? And everybody and their brothers building quality cameras now. Panasonic, Fuji, Nikon. It's a super competitive business. And they don't sell that many units. I don't know why they build them to begin with, to tell you the truth. Even when you look at worldwide sales figures, it's not as significant as you'd think. You know, if you sink, you know, 15 grand into a camera setup, which isn't hard to do at all, you tend to keep it, you know? And you wouldn't think there'd be a new group of people every year wanting to sink a new 15 grand into a system. It's weird. Here's the famous Crest Motel. I mention it every time I go by here. When you women come to visit me this summer, get a good look. 3 hours is all we can spend, then we got to check out. I know it'll seem like you just got there, but rules are rules. So this is kind of, I went by earlier today, I did a day thing. You know, when I'm doing lives down here, that's a sure sign it's been slim pickings compared to what I consider it was a good day. Today was like, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. That's part of the reason why I'm going to get back in. I was into photography before, That's part of the reason why I'm getting back in it more serious, because I don't see this Wild West continuing as Detroit tries to emerge out of being a world-class shithole. I mean, there's great improvement. Hats off to them, what they've done in such a short time. But, you know, you just can't have areas that look like Tijuana and expect to attract people. So up here, I'll go down here and I'll show you. You guys remember Tom. Look, I'm all for the little guy too, but there comes a point where Tom, you know, the old guy that lived on the roof of the abandoned building, I liked him. He was a personable guy. I wish the best for him. If he needed something, I'd be there to help him out. Whatever I could, right? On the other hand, Tom was squatting and he was living on a piece of property that was close to about $1,800,000, and he lived there for free for years. And most people, if you're going to live someplace, you've got to pay to live there. Somebody's got to pay for it. So even though I'm kind of sad for him that he had to leave, it's commercial property that's worth a ton of money. Sorry, you got to go. We're not going to let you live here forever when somebody's willing to pay $2 million for it. So good luck to you, Tom, but you lived there for 10 years free, and be thankful for what you got. There's people that write on the video that I uploaded about him, oh, they're picking on him. Why are you kicking people out? It's like, are you people nuts? I mean, you got to draw the line someplace. You want him to continue to live there for free when he shouldn't be. He's technically trespassing. And the city just ignore it. I mean, some of the kooks that post on these videos, you just wonder if they're running around in a diaper and in a group home, or there's just something seriously wrong with their brain. Now this is the only 20 feet of riverfront that you have access to in the wintertime in Detroit, other than going to Belle Isle. I'm not going to go all the way down there because it's a pain in the ass to turn around. And there's no freighters coming down the river anyway. Freighter season's about over. I mean, I like watching them when I get a chance, but I kind of, it's fun to take a little break and come down by the river. Now I'm going to drive by. For you guys that commented on Tom, this is the property. I want to say it was $1.3 million, maybe it was $1.8 million. For some reason I was thinking it was around $2 million. I'm not sure. But you see the railroad tracks back there? So when I go up here and take this right, I did one video with him. This is where he lived right here. They've cleaned it all up. See this barbed wired fence now? This used to be all jungle. So he lived right in this building here, but he had the cute little lighthouse and the bird feeder and all that kind of stuff. He was a nice, interesting guy. He lived right here. Remember he had the ladder going up in the side? Oh, here it is now. So I don't know where he's at now, but this is what it is. They've cleaned up this alley quite a bit. This is where I'm going to have Jim and Giselle's wedding reception. People said that they wanted to get a good feel for Detroit, so the alley came to mind. But this whole area has been cleaned up through here. They put some parks. See, that's the Ambassador Bridge down there. So I'll take a drive by, see if Maddie and Gerald are out. And I met a guy today. He gave me some of the spray Narcan instead of that injecting stuff. What's this fucking dildo doing? All these roads and you gotta drive down here? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Stupid motherfucker. a complete idiot. Hey, Okie Graham, how you doing? I'm gonna go into this Johnny Noodle and get a $15 bowl of soup in a little bit. Today I had 3 tacos, had breakfast at Audie's. I still don't think that name of that place is pronounced Audie's. It's a bunch of bullshit. They say the U's silent. There is no U on it. It's ADIS. See all the trucks stopped up on the bridge up there? That's why they're building the new bridge. That's why. Constant backups. Canada's paying for it. Hey, you know, today or it was yesterday actually, you know, I take Daisy over to that park. You know, you see airliners taxiing along the runway. Well, it looks like they're going slow because it's such a long area. Like, plenty of runways are 10,000 feet. Some of them are 12, and there are even 15,000 foot runways. So when you see a plane out there and you're looking at a long distance, they look like they're going slow. But anyway, this is just a short strip where I could do the same speed that the plane was taxiing, and people's faces in the windows. So guess how fast that plane was taxiing with passengers. Take a guess, miles per hour. How fast do you think it was going down the old tarmac? You're not going to believe it. I was surprised. How fast you think? No, I haven't seen Ashley in months. No, I'm talking about taxiing, you know, going down to take off, not landing. That's close, John. 48 miles an hour. I never thought in a million years they were taxiing that fast. Now, there's something going on here, too. Hey, Jim, you know, you see, you know this BP here, the subway? There's something not going on here. And there's the gas station he was supposed to be building, a Sunoco across the street. But, you know, I got an idea. This guy's screwed. As far as I know, they don't have any plans on putting this Clark Street bridge back. I mean, who would ever thought you would be without the Clark Street exit? So I got an idea. This guy's business is dead in the water. And maybe that has something to do with why he's not finishing off that Sunoco. But I didn't look at the new plans yet. But I can tell when I go in there, I'll get a lottery ticket or something that I don't hardly see anybody around. This is absolutely must have killed his business. Here's the old 4th precinct. Oh, thanks, Lass. Appreciate it. So if I think I'm gonna call it early tonight. I'm debating whether to go home or not. I didn't really feel that enthused on coming down this time because I know it's been slow. I mean, half the women I know, they're either locked up or you know, not around. They're either locked up or in rehab. So, and the numbers are down. They've been patrolling the hell out of Michigan Avenue there. Big time. I never see any of these Latin counts. Not that I know of, anyway. Probably on the taco thing. You guys ever get Detroit? At that taco wagon, the one right where Dick splits from Burner, you'll never have better tacos in your life. It's a true Mexican operation. I saw the guy make my tacos and then make my chains without any gloves on. So no wonder the food's good. I'll let you know when I get hepatitis A. Daisy had a good day today. Everybody's freaking out at the hotel I stay at because it got sold and nobody knows if they're going to get to keep their jobs. I mean, they laid that shit on 2 weeks before Christmas. I think that's shitty to do, especially when the transfer ownership isn't going to happen till the second week in February. Yeah, that's just not cool. That's the way it is, though, now with employers. Look at this big old tandem truck this guy's driving. Can you imagine driving one of those around a city like this? You'd have to pay me $1 million a year and I'd still probably quit. You think parallel parking's a problem? How'd you like to be driving that baby? Imagine backing that up. He ought to win a new car if he backs that up without hitting anything. Yeah, I made sure that it wasn't an isolated incident, and I said to the guy, I said, do you guys wear rubber gloves? He said, what are those? And right away the light bulb went off. No wonder these are so good. You know, in Michigan, the state mandates a program called Serve Safe. I mean, you miss one of those steps in a Tim Hortons or a McDonald's, and they'll have your head on a platter. I said, do you guys do any... who's your certified Serve Safe employee that's working here? And he said, of course it's safe around here. Didn't you see all the lights? I'm not shitting you. And every time I get a shrimp cocktail there, not a shrimp cocktail, a shrimp taco, it's different. Sometimes it has guacamole, or not, avocado on it. Sometimes it's got this like Mexican cheese, which I don't like. Other times it's got cilantro. Most times it doesn't. But they're good I don't care how they make them, tell you the truth. He says to me now, what do you want on them? I said, whatever you want. I saw Marguerite, yep. I said to Marguerite, and I've got this on video, I said, I brought you some crack rocks. I mean, who's shitting who on this, you know? I promised all along, not that it's any great overture of being a super great person, but I promised all along that I'm going to tell you like it is. And I'm not going to pretend Marguerite isn't spending every single dime for crack. And I thought about this before I ran into her. And I wanted to ask her, I just wanted to see how she was going to react to it. And you know what she said? You know what she said? I don't want to talk about that on camera. This guy's sitting in my seat. I like sitting right there. I hate sitting. Those chairs are like welded to the floor. You can't move them. They're like these big wooden... you know, with that clear like polyurethane cover, and you can't move them. And I hate sitting next to anybody. Only when I'm there. I don't mind if it's like a normal counter, but there it feels like you're in a straitjacket. So I think I might wait till he gets up. Yeah, I just got done reading a book on hepatitis, and I never knew that you can get hepatitis A from fly feces. Did you know that? I'm going to start swatting more of them this summer, I'll tell you that, after I read that article. Yeah, they pick it up out of contaminated water. No, man, they're going to get it. I'm going to get the zapper, and I'm going to get a big long fly swatter so I don't need to get up when I swat them. Daisy kills them too. Yeah, hepatitis C is bad. Hey, Golek, how you doing? How are you? Pretty good, Deanna. How are you doing? Hey, Jody. Hey, Greg. Hey, Cinderella. Yeah, you know, those sanitary wipes, I've read some articles on those as well, and they say that they can kill good bacteria, the sanitary wipes. Yeah, they just came out with something with hepatitis C. Nah, I never did a memorial for him, not really. I don't want to, I mean, you know, it's cool and everything that I interviewed him, and, you know, I feel bad that happened to him, but whenever I see these people go around, they do these memorials, it's a certain type personality. You know, it's like a wedding crashers, only worse. You see some guy sobbing on the side of the road, and it's like, hey, what are you crying about? It's like, well, Janie died here 35 years ago. It's like, did you know Janie? Nope. Did you know anybody that knew Janie? Nope. It's like, well, what in the hell are you bawling about? I just don't want to be one of those wackos that memorializes every single thing I've come in contact with. So no, I haven't, and I probably won't. Yeah, I got one of those tennis racket fly zappers. Doesn't really work that great. You know, if there was some snow out west, like Deadwood or something like that. No, it was 53 degrees there the other day. I'd have probably headed out west by now. I'm getting a little antsy on coming down to Detroit, getting a little sick of it lately. Hey, Peter. These other chairs are even worse. This is a small restaurant at this Asian noodle place. And when you go in there, like, if I can't sit where that guy's sitting, it's like you feel like, you know, 1,000 people are watching you, because there's usually a line, and all the rest of the seats are like, they got this dinky counter, and then the rest of the seats are for 4 people. So it's not exactly comfortable to sit there eating when 4 people are staring holes through you with their eyes because you're taking up a place for 4. Hey, Michelle. Oh, addiction counseling. Oh, okay. Well, come down here and ride around with me. You want to take those textbooks and tear them in half. Yeah, isn't that cast bar interesting? I had a guy that was doing laundry next to the cast bar today, and he got a hold of me. I don't know how some of these people get my phone number, and he ended up, I don't mind with this guy. And he gave me some spray Narcan. Actually, it's right here. This is a spray kind. Narcan nasal spray. Yeah, I'm gonna go in as soon as this guy gets up and leaves. I don't know if you guys have had much of this Asian cuisine, this soup. It's this Asian soup. It's like 15 bucks a bowl. It's good, different. Do I ever go, Nah, I think Harper sucks. I'm not a big fan of the East Side, to tell you the truth. It's just so much different, you know. You don't have the ethnic neighborhoods, even though they're basically wiped out now. You don't have the river, you know, Ford Street, no Michigan Avenue. It's just I think the East Side sucks, and it's super uninteresting. That's why I don't go there. Yeah, pho, that's exactly it. Yep. I've been getting this lobster pho lately, which is pretty good. Yeah, but you know, Michael, I bet if she doesn't have any other convictions on her record, I bet she'll skate. She's an older woman. who lives out in New Boston. Actually, it's actually a New Boston mailing address where I take Daisy running. At Park, Willow Park, that's technically a New Boston mailing address. So, she doesn't mind coming into town to do those deeds, but when she gets out of here, she wants to live in a nice neighborhood. It's like night and day. Yeah, the problem with the $15 bowl of soup is you're hungry about an hour later. Yeah, you got to watch that Narcan too, Haymaker. They'll have these national programs where the feds will fund a bunch of Narcan and they give it to the drugstores in different places. But what you can have happen, let's take for an example, you have a Walgreens and you're going to be like a good person and you want to make sure you have some Narcan with you. So they give it to Walgreens, and Walgreens cans it in their system, and they make you a part of their registry when they give it to you for free. They'll say, just fill this out, there's no charge. Your insurance company gets a hold of that, and that can affect your insurance rates because they think you're getting the Narcan for yourself. Yeah, I might chat with them. I already chatted with some today, and I probably won't, to tell you the truth, because unless I see Maddie or Gerald or they come on and realize that I'm talking, I'd probably call it a night tonight. It's cold, damp. Yeah, that's probably expired if you've had it 5 years. Yeah, I got quite a few new videos today. Yep. This guy, I can see he's getting to the bottom of his bowl of soup now. Come on, man, get up, get out of here. When I was living in downtown Chicago, there's a Gibson Steakhouse was like right across the street, and Hugo's Frog Bar. It's owned by the same outfit there. It's like one building split into two, and Jordan used to go in all the time at Hugo's Bar. He belonged to the health club that I went to, so I saw him all the time. It wasn't any big deal. But like he'd go into Hugo's and want to sit by himself so people didn't bug him. And like this guy's doing now, and I want to sit where he's sitting. He'd go in there all the time and give the people sitting in that little spot $500 and buy their dinner to go sit someplace else. I mean, he did it all the time. All right, Frederick. Yeah, you're the same way, huh? I think this guy is from down south. He just lifted up his soup bowl and finished it off instead of using his spoon. Maybe Indiana. I do that when I'm at home, but you couldn't give me $1 million to do it in public. Faux soup, it's like this. I'll show you when I go in here. Oh, is this guy using a laptop computer? I will kick his ass. Man, if I owned a restaurant and people were waiting in line, some guy was using a laptop computer, I would kick his ass out of there. Yeah, I think this is a laptop computer this guy's on. Yeah, he's typing. Motherfucker. Yeah, that's a good idea, Cinderella. If he doesn't get out of here in a few minutes, I think I'm going to get something else. It's running great. This thing's gonna run forever. I just got an oil change before I left. I go through oil changes like you wouldn't believe. No, I mean, but stuff like that. I mean, that just speaks volumes when you see people do stuff like that in public. I mean, they say they're little things, but they're not. They're huge things. If I was ever on a date, which is practically impossible at this stage of the game, and some woman picked up her soup bowl and just drank the rest of the soup, I guarantee I'd be over right then and there. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Oh, this fucker's getting a goddamn cup of tea. God damn it. Yeah, I know. You can just mail it to my address. Lane, I gave out a lot of yours today. Oh yeah, Danielle, how you doing? Yeah, it's one thing to do it at home. It's another thing to do it in public. Yeah, that's it. Play it safe, Lane. Amanda's doing fine. Hey, Sierra, how you doing? This guy is sitting in there typing. There's the waitress that waits on me all the time. Hope she told me to get the hell out of there. If I owned the restaurant, I'd say, excuse me, but I see you're done eating. Oh, he's getting on his wallet. Good. I see you're done eating. We have people waiting. Could you please get the hell out of here? I mean, it's unbelievable you got to spell this out to these people. Oh, she just gave him some more water. She's trying to salvage a tip. Yeah, I'd like to. I'm not like dying for this soup, so if it goes on much longer, I'll get something someplace else. There's an Arabic place near my hotel. But I was thinking about stopping by Barnes and Noble, and that's after Barnes and Noble, and they close at 9. Yeah, you can't. It's hard to get about. Oh, look, she just gave him his bill. All right, now get out of here. Attaboy. Sign that credit card. Now beat it. Squish, you're not going to get the most intelligent question of the night. That's for sure. Yeah, it's true, Jewel. I can see why. It's all right, Daisy. Daisy got a yeah, Barnes and Noble in Allen Park. Yep. Daisy got a steak taco today. Good girl, hon. Keep an eye on him. Good girl, honey. This owner of this place owns this Green Dot too. I've never been there before. That's where Marguerite's daughter's girlfriend works. Squish, get lost. I haven't seen Raven. Stephanie, quit asking me that stupid question. No, it's just an ignorant, stupid comment, and we try and keep the chat with people that have at least basic manners. And when someone like you comes on, it just kills the mood, and I just as soon have you hit the road early instead of disrupt it any longer. Go get a book on etiquette and read it, and then come back on. Maddie and Gerald, they're fine. Yeah, I went to Joey Stables as a kid, yep. It's a great boss. Guy's leaving. Good, he put that piece of shit in his pouch. All right, loser, beat it. I had a okay day. I didn't hit any balls out of the park. It was all right. I didn't really feel like coming down that much. I'm about ready to bust loose and go someplace else. The problem is I got these winter snow tires on, and when there's no snow, it just wears the hell out of them. I've already driven on them more than I want to. You know how that stuff drives you nuts. So I'd be out in Deadwood, South Dakota right now. Check the weather for me. If they're going to get some snow, I'll head out to Deadwood, South Dakota. I'm just getting a little burned out down here. Plus, oh, good, he's leaving. All right. Thank God. Beat it. I was thinking he'd never leave. Been sitting out there.
Here, go. I'm gonna whip this out for you.
Thanks. That's it. See Daisy up in the dash? Yeah, it's a lot of the reason why I don't really worry about Daisy too much. Anybody that tries to go in there is going to get the hell bit out of them. No, I sat on the other seat. No, I don't leave it running. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you feel like you're about to time?
You need a what?
Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, just give me 1 minute, all right? She hands me the menu and asks me if I need a few minutes. Yeah, no, well, I have been, I mean, honestly, I've been getting a little bored with Detroit lately. And I've been looking, I got these winter snow tires on this van, and if there's no snow, it wears the hell out of the tires. So if there was snow now, I'd be out in South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, something like that. I mean, there is snow way out there, but I'd have to like drive 1,400 miles before I'd hit snow. It's nuts. Of course, south there's no snow. East there's not much. West you got to drive too far. Even north there's not much. But I mean, it's not like north. I shouldn't say there's not much north. There's not in the part where there's snow north. There's nothing going on in any of those places. Or at least if you're out west, you can still do a bunch of cool stuff. Even Rapid City, believe it or not. I like either no snow or a ton of snow, one or the other. Yeah, I live in West Branch. Yeah, I've been all over the UP. There's nothing to do up there. Yeah, that's how it's been in Deadwood. Like I've been checking for the last 3 weeks. I mean, that's ridiculous for January. Canada, I've been all over Canada, but there's nothing there that really interests me. I wish I hadn't put my snow tires on and I would head down to Atlanta or something. Yeah, UP is good for snowmobiles. You're right, it is. You know, I'll tell you, you don't see hardly any snowmobiles where I live. They used to be all over the place, and they're just not around that much anymore. Cooper, I have Coopers. Yeah, I traveled everywhere. Oh, the 19th, are you visiting somebody? Yeah, I get lobster fil. I don't want to fool around with the shells tonight, or I would get it. Lobster fil is good. See, here's the menu. I don't want to screw around with the shells tonight. Yeah, I usually use all-weather tires. You know, in the summer, but not in the winter. All-weather, you know, anytime you have something that does everything, whether it's a video camera, a 35mm camera, a snow tire, whatever, any of these combo units, they are all like, are not so great in some area. Yeah, I just get water. I don't really like tilapia that much. Yeah, I think I'll get this Southwest. What noodles come in that?
Ramen noodles.
Oh, good. Thank you. Hey, Jim, I asked her what noodles. No, we got those crappy noodles when we ate here. Oh, no kidding, Libra, huh? I mean, they were good noodles, but they're not as good as ramen noodles, which, you know, isn't exactly a gourmet noodle, but it's better than the ones we had. Hey, Elaine, you know, some of those bags you sent, those people aren't around. Like Amanda and Coco and somebody else. I had to give a bag to Allie today. I gave the one with no name on it to her. Yeah, you're right, Jack. that's cool, Libra. I haven't seen a Saab in a long time. I think I'm going to sign off here, and then I'll sign back on when I make it over to the stroll. That cool? Be about 20 minutes. I'll sign back on in about 20 minutes. Thank you.